I wonder if we had expectations of getting to this area of Turkey and it's not what we expected. Therefore, has it thrown us a little bit?
Maybe.
Were we expecting idyllic beach park? Was I expecting idyllic beach park-ups? Of which there are a lot, but it's hard work to get to them because of the rain has created mud, so we can't get to these idyllic places. We can get to them, we just don't know if we can get out.
So this here is the Temple of Apollo. It looks very nice. It's another pile of ruins, and as we've said in the last couple of episodes, we've kind of ruined out, but we thought we'd come and have a look at it because it is so well preserved. But it is just this, so there's not a lot there. There's a few frescoes or wall carvings, but that's about it. So we are literally here for 5 minutes. We'll whiz the camera around. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm concentrating on the floor because there's poo. Charming, huh?
I mean, looking at this, it looks lovely, but it just looks like somebody's put all the bricks back in a pile. It's not a ruin, it's just a pile of nicely manicured bricks.
Well, it was excavated at the beginning of the 20th century and partially restored, so they started putting the bricks back together and then they stopped. I don't know why, but this outer wall was also built at the same time, obviously to define the area. This temple was built in 300 and something BC, and it was never actually...
It's 2,500 years old again.
Yeah, this is Greek, these ones, and it wasn't actually finished because they got raided and it got destroyed.
Well, you can tell because there's no roof on it.
Haha. There's a section of it that was taken away when the Christians were here and replaced by a basilica for the basically a Christian church.
I bet half of it's in the British Museum when they give it back.
Possibly.
Well, I'm glad we've looked at it from here, because that saved us £3 or £4 each to get in, because there's nothing else to see. I mean, unless you want to walk in there, which I probably don't, because I've seen enough ruins.
It's pretty. It's very pretty. Morning.
Good morning, folks.
That's fair.
Right, let's start again. Good morning.
Morning.
We had a lovely, lovely 2 days at Didham Aqua Park.
Yes, we think it's abandoned.
It is very abandoned. As you can see in the video here, we parked right on the beach, and the park, I think, has been shut for years. If you see, you can see why one of the towers is collapsed.
Yeah.
And the pools are full of muck and whatever. But there is an amphitheatre there as well, right at the back. There's an amphitheatre everywhere. Well, sorry, a theatre. We know it's a theatre. Anyway, we had a little drive this morning, left there, it was lovely. We had a little drive this morning and we have come to
Magnesia and Meaandrum.
It is another set of ruins. We aren't going to do many more. We've had a couple of weeks off ruins now, so we thought we'd come and see. We've got a couple to do. We've got this one and Troy.
And FS.
And FS. And then we really will be completely and utterly...
I think there's some more in there as well, but I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head. Anyway, we are going to go and see Magnesia.
Do you know what's here?
Ruins.
Okay. So for the first time in a long time, we've come somewhere and they've got a notice board with information on, which is absolutely brilliant. This is the second Magnesia city. The first, they don't know where it is, but it's definitely the second. How they know it's the second, because they can't find the first, I got no idea. Anyway, there are a number of routes we can do, and there's a scan me code. So I'll put the QR code up on the screen and try and scan it and have a look. It doesn't work. It's basically a website that's for sale.
It takes you to GoDaddy and you can buy the website.
So it's a great start. Anyway, let's go and start the tour. Claire will tell you about this temple here.
So the first is the Artemis Sanctuary, and this is the beginning of the tour.
Yes, now if you have a look, the Artemis Sanctuary actually looks like outdoor swimming pool. And there's a sign, I can see the sign in the middle there that is flooded. So we ain't going to see much of that either.
Oh yeah, there's a sign in the middle, but there's a sign over there, and I don't know how we get to that.
Well, Claire's going to walk through.
Is there a path?
it is somewhat overgrown here. I know they've had a lot of rain and things are growing, but this is a bit silly, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, look at that.
So this temple is the 4th largest Ionian temple of the Hellenistic period in Anatolia. So here are Ionic capitals of the temple are exhibited in the porch located north of the temple, while some other building elements and friezes from the temple are exhibited in the Louvre Museum in Paris, the Berlin Pergamon Museum and Istanbul Archaeological Museum. So is that because it was excavated by a Frenchman who nicked a bit and then a German who nicked a bit?
Yeah, I would guess so. And nothing in the British Museum, apparently.
He makes a change.
Well, we know Romans like to bathe. This is 4th century BC. It's the biggest pool I've ever seen. It's inside a temple that's collapsed.
There are a lot of severe flood warnings in the area, and we have seen some flooding, and there's more rain to come. But this is a lot. You don't think of places like this being flooded and inaccessible. Built this one in the wrong place, didn't they?
I don't know if you can hear in the background, there's a pump going. So they're pumping this whole area out. And the guys are obviously, yeah, look, he's got a stick in the water there. That's got to be at least 2 foot, maybe 3 foot there of water. And you can see they're doing excavations here. You can see by the oh, walking water, excuse me. You can see where they're cutting all the edges, and the diggers coming up and down here. So they are excavating, they are doing work here. I mean, one of the things we were saying is there are so many archaeological sites, there are so many ruins here. How much money have they got? How much money do you spend on each one? Which is worth restoring, which isn't? I mean, this is lovely, they're all lovely, but you know, if you had hundreds of millions of pounds, where would you spend the money? There is just so much to do.
And what work would you do? Would you restore it? Is it wrong to restore them all? And a lot of these, I don't think you can restore very much of them, because all around us, people over the years have taken slabs and put them somewhere else. So how do you put everything back together?
The city walls were intact until the 12th century. And thereafter, I guess locals, a bit like the pyramids, they were intact for thousands of years. Like I said, this is 300-400 years BC, so 2,500 years old. But 12th century, they started nicking the stones to build houses locally, I guess.
As you would have done then, because it's not being used there, so you move it and use it somewhere else. But yeah. How do you... Oh, you can see that it's made a little bit of effect. If you look at the bottom of the columns, you can see where they were wet. So that's got to have gone down at least an inch.
Yeah, in what, a day? How long have they been pumping
Don't know.
It's a big lake.
And there's another massive dump of water coming in tonight for 48 hours. So, yeah.
So this building has only recently been unearthed and excavated, and there's a lot more to do apparently. They found 6 rooms so far. I can't actually tell where the rooms are, to be honest. But you can see here, all those pillars have lifted the floor up, and that is underfloor heating. There'd have been a furnace that fed all the hot air underneath, and it would have run through all of these rooms. Yeah, it's quite cool. To be honest, this place is a little bit underwhelming, but it's only €3 each, so 300 lira or 310. So it's not that bad. If we would have paid 20 quid each, I'd have been quite upset, but you know, it's 3 quid, it's nothing really, is it?
The best bit of this area, which is what I've actually come to see, isn't inside the paid section. I thought it was, and I thought it was, it's about a kilometre, almost a mile walk out of the site. I didn't realise it was out of the site. Apparently, according to the guy at the gate, we can drive there. I should imagine in the summer you can't, there's too many vehicles, because I've had a look on satellite view and there's not really any parking there. But as we are the only people here, we're going to go for a drive up to see it. And it's a stadium. One of the best preserved stadium. So we're going to go and see that.
Other than that, it's we've been here half an hour at most, and you know Claire likes to enjoy every moment of her money.
I absorb it all.
half an hour is enough here.
Yes.
Would I recommend coming? Well, until we see the stadia, I don't know. At the moment, I'd say no.
Don't come in rainy season because you can't actually get to any of it. We've just looked at it from the other side of a lake. So we're on the other side of the road now. We've come out of the Page complex and this is a gymnasium on the opposite side. We were just discussing, it's only €3. Is it worth it? Is it worth the money when the best bits are outside the paid bit? It's difficult because otherwise if people don't pay, they can't afford to do the restoration. It is only €3. I wouldn't come out of my way to come here, I'm afraid.
But it's worth driving. You could drive past and see quite a lot of it.
Yeah, it is. If you're only in this area alone, then it's worth a drive by. I've not got a lot else to say for a change. And that concludes the tour of Magnesia.
Another failure.
So the road up to the stadium is, they're not cobbles, are they? Block paving. But there's a gap of 4 or 5 meters as the entrance to that lane that's just a mud bath, and the mud here is like a slidey clay. We could get up there, but to come back out, because of the angle of it, to get back onto the road, here they don't do a nice smooth entrance onto the road, they just pile tarmac on top of tarmac. We had a chance of having to give it enough welly to get out, of actually then hitting the side of the road and not making it up the road, thus getting stuck. So we made a choice. We're not
Failure
going.
number 7.
Yeah, I think there's a bit more failures than that, but I think probably failure number 7 in Turkey. So anyway, I'm sure we'll see another stadium somewhere else and another pile of ruins. Now we're going to go on to something completely different. Trains.
We have come to a steam museum in Turkey.
Not what I would expect to find, but we found a train museum, and there's like trains.
To be honest, we've done so much museums and so much ruins and so many stones that are lovely carved, and now going to come and see a pile of rusting metal instead.
There's some cool trains here. There is the train that Ataturk was famously photographed on. That train is here.
Oh,
That's the only thing I know about the place.
let's go and have a look.
Yep.
Oh, there's one. That's a big one. I don't know what it is. It's a 3558. Yeah, I'll have a look in a minute.
After seeing these on so many films when I was a kid, I've always wanted to have a go on it. My back wouldn't like me for doing that now, but always thought they'd be so much fun.
One day, my sweet.
Probably because they looked as though they would go really fast on them, because they were always on speeded up films. I love the fact that you can climb up here. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but there's nothing stopping you. And I'm also really not sure who would enjoy this the most, my brothers, my uncle, or my nephew. I mean, look in here. Look at this. It's a beast. It's actually quite intimidating. It's so huge. And that is the back end. You probably can't see through that window of the engine up there. And then behind me here is the coal bay where they would have loaded it from. And in here, you just can't imagine how noisy it would have been. I can imagine it being noisy, but just how noisy and how hot, because this is quite enclosed. So these plaques tell you the lines, that they used to do. And this one went from Uşak to Afyon to Kars. We've just Googled it. That's just over 1,500 kilometres one way. That's a long way. We nearly found the Snowpiercer. Not quite. For those that know, know.
It's really cool being able to get inside these things. Imagine sitting here for hour upon hour clearing snow and your mates are behind you in a pair of bunk beds. This, I guess, would be a great big diesel. It's a little bit newer. I think the tank's going here and the engine's at the back. I don't know if that door opens. Let's have a look. No, door's locked shut. Now that is a snow clearer, isn't it? Oh God, look at those. Huge, great big teeth, blades to push the snow up. And from there it just gets spat out the side. I think it comes out this side actually. There's a funnel. Yeah, funnel at the top, funnel either side.
Yeah. That's not snow piercer, that's a snow eater.
Not yellow snow though.
I thought it was the toilet. Tom said no, it's the guard.
No, it's not the toilet. It'll be a guard, I guess.
It's a lever.
It's a brake.
Oh,
It's a brake man.
Ah. So he has to look out up there to make sure to know when to stop. Okay.
Probably when he's going this way, so he's going forwards, looking out that window that's been blocked up, and he's the brake man. This is a really cool museum. What's even cooler is there's no one there to take any money off us at the moment, so far it's cost us nothing.
So far, they might catch us on the way out though. There's a couple of people working here. It is cool if you have a geek with you that knows a little bit about these things, because there's not a lot to explain it. I don't know stuff like that.
I don't know very much. I just knew that was not a toilet.
Geek. Most of the trains, engines here were built in Germany, and I found one in France. This one's from the USA. That's quite a lump to get on a boat to ship over here. That I'd be interested to see how they manage that. Doesn't say. Oh yeah, 1948. We found an English one. Again, 1948.
I've got to say, this carriage actually feels newer than some of the trains I used to travel to London in when I was in my 20s.
He forgets that was nearly 40 years ago, so this possibly is newer. It's also leaning, which is a little bit disconcerting. I just climbed up that, and you can see it's quite high.
I'm not going to bother this one.
Which is a shame, because this is cool. I feel like I'm in some sort of old film. It smells like I'm in an old film as well. But look at this. Look at the furniture. Look at the doors. Artwork on the doors. And the ceiling. This is plush. Or was plush at one point. They've obviously got a bit of a leak going on there. Let's see if we can open this door. What's in here? Ooh, now I definitely feel like I'm in some sort of film. Oh, crash. Look at this. Yeah, leaked up there. Posh cabins. Oh. Something lived in here. Something definitely lived. Actually, I wonder if that is honeycomb. I wonder if that was a bee's nest in there. But look at it. Ooh, this is very wet. Right, and can I get out this end? Proper solid wooden doors. There's another one. Slightly different layout. Proper plush. Ooh. Electrics cupboard. Turn handle. What does that turn? Don't know. Door that way. Door this way. Now, can I get out without breaking something? I can hear a strange noise behind me. You made it.
I decided to come up. What a shame it's in such disrepair. That is such a beautiful piece of art. History. unfortunately it's just rotting. But isn't that gorgeous in there?
Isn't it just? Did you see what I assume was like a bee's nest or a wasp nest at some point in the middle carriage? That was
Very
cool. But yeah, the wood in there. Now, can you get down? There's only one handle on this one.
Ta-da!
The train arriving on platform 3. Oh, it moves. I wasn't expecting that. Platform 2. That one doesn't move. Yeah. I'm going to move C. No, I'm not. No. No. Alright, I give up. That was a complete fluke that I picked the first one that actually moves. Oh, only these ones move. Finished playing now. What did these do? They don't do anything. They don't do anything. Finished now.
So we're stood in the middle of a turntable. It's really echoey. There are 18 trains just sat here facing the turntable. There must be 35, 40 trains here altogether. Wow, another snowplow. Look at that. And another one. That one's got like a metal screw thing to chop the snow up.
This one's from Czechoslovakia.
So this snowplow locomotive, I guessed it was a locomotive, then I thought, oh no, it's just a carriage. But the engine's inside. Has anybody got any ideas why they would put the locomotive in a wooden box? I know it's going to be cold when they're working, but you'd think that'd be way too hot to be working inside a wooden box. If you know, please comment. Yeah, the whole locomotive is encased in this box. There you are, there's the coal shuttle at the end, or whatever it's called. So this is Ataturk's personal private carriage that he used during all the War of Independence, and his base camp. German built, 1926, and fortified. I mean, you can see here just how thick it is. Apparently the bullet glass windows are bullet glass.
Bulletproof glass.
That's the word, bulletproof. The windows are bulletproof glass, and it looks like it weighs an absolute ton. It's a huge, great big thing. There was his bedroom, his bathroom, his living room,
kitchen. He used it as his base whenever he travelled the country, apparently. And then it came to rest here at this station, so I'm assuming the grounds of this museum is the old sidings from the station, hence why there's so many of them here.
It is fascinating here. It is lovely. It's definitely a break from bits of rock. It's a bit of bricks and rubble. There's a lot of signs. They've all got signs telling you the size and the shape and the weight and where they're made, but nothing else.
No.
That's a very Turkish thing. Of signage is quite poor generally.
Yeah, there's no history of the premises, there's no history of any of this. There's a history of the line that they were on, where they were manufactured, how much they weigh, that kind of specifications, technical specifications, but no history about why there's a museum here. We just assumed this was an old sidings and they've ended up with a lot of trains. Might as well paint them, make them look pretty in a little pattern, and charge people money to come and see them.
It's 300 Turkish lira each, so it's what, about 5 quid each.
Yeah.
So not very much. It's nice break for an hour or two.
And not what we expected to come to see in Turkey.
No, very nice. Anyway,
Next.
Onward. So the tracks go straight out the door, straight across the road.
Please give give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It's free and really helps us out. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to tell you when the next video is out. And join us on the next episode to see what madcap adventures we get up to. Who knows?